Welcome to the High Tech Freedom Podcast. This is a podcast where we bring successful tech sales professionals, thought leaders, and entrepreneurs to share best practices, insights, and lessons learned with other tech sales professionals. As a sales professional, the more we learn, the more we earn. Once we earn it, how can we put those hard-earned commission dollars back to work to build additional income streams that will create the freedom we are all working to achieve? I'm your host, Chris Freeman. I'm a high-tech sales leader, real estate investor, and lifetime learner. Hello, listeners. Welcome back to the High Tech Freedom Podcast. I'm your host, Chris Freeman, and I want to start off by really thanking you for tuning in. It is such a pleasure and honor to host the podcast, and I really sincerely appreciate the incredible feedback that I've received. I'm really trying to practice what I preach, which is listen to your client, right? Listen to the audience. And so I'm trying to give the audience what it is they want to hear. I'm also very thankful for some of the suggestions of guests or referrals for guests that I've received. Each week, I'm getting more and more unsolicited requests to be on the show. So word must be getting out. With that said, if you like this show, could you help me out with one thing? Just please take 1 minute, that's all it takes, and provide a 5-star rating in the app of your choice. In iTunes, it's really easy. Go to the show page, scroll to the bottom, you'll see the 5 stars, and then you can leave a review. In Spotify, go to the show page and click on the 3 dots, and you'll see where to go from there. I'm not sure about the other apps. Okay, on to today's topic. Right now, we are in QBR session, month 1 of any given quarter. So for me, research is on my mind. How are you researching your accounts? This is an area where I actually think a lot of sales reps get sucked into wasting a tremendous amount of time. Now, have you ever had a sales manager tell you that researching an account was a waste of time? Now, trust me, I haven't lost my sales manager mind, but I've noticed that many salespeople are not great at researching, and they spend way too much time researching the wrong things. For me, it's all about speed and efficiency. If you're trying to break into an account or trying to break into a specific contact, you don't need to know everything. You just need to know enough to find ways to connect. I once had a role where we had these call blitzes, and marketing would provide the team with a bunch of names. Now, marketing called them leads, but really they were just a list of names that marketing looked up. And I remember having a conversation with one of the reps about their approach. They'd get the list, and they were diligent. I mean, they were working hard, but they would just start at the top of the list and work their way down through the bottom of the list. And I really appreciated the intense effort that they put into this. But then when we would get back at the end of the day and kind of do a recap on how things went, they would tell me, Chris, the leads were crap. They were bad. And I had to maybe suggest to them that, is it possible that their approach was bad and that maybe they should be attacking it in a different way? So, good research really starts with knowing your buyer type, right? Knowing the contact, knowing the type of company that's a best fit for what it is that you are selling or offering. What companies or contacts have the most need for what you do? That is where your research should be focused on. And researching, when you're making those calls at the Blitz as an example, let's go call the ones that have the best fit first and focus our energy and time on those. So with what you do, who's most likely to buy? Have you really profiled that person or that company that's the best fit for your products? Now, I remember as a rep, I've definitely fallen into that trap of wanting to call on the biggest companies in my area, the name brands, the ones everybody has heard of. It's exciting to put their name on a slide, but the size of the company, the constant change, the turnover of people, it took so long to gain traction. And the reality was I didn't have 2 years to go focus on this giant account. Now, the flip side, I've also had reps on my team that were great at getting meetings, but these meetings were with companies that were too small. I mean, the company and the people were happy to meet with us and they were learning from us, but the account simply didn't have enough scale to really benefit from the value of our offering. It just wasn't the right fit. Maybe when they're bigger, we'll come back around. If you think about the funnel, I look at my funnel the same way. I always prioritize my time in terms of the deals in order of closure. The closer we get to closure, the less room we have for issues that we can recover from. I hope you are enjoying this episode. I wanted to break in with a quick commercial. During the podcast, we sometimes talk about how to invest those hard-earned commission dollars so that you can build that freedom we are all working towards achieving. Now, I built that through 20 years of real estate investing. Now, recently, my team helped me put together a webinar on how top sales pros can create passive income and achieve financial freedom with hands-off real estate investing. Now, I'm still doing this. And as I continue to invest, I'm giving opportunity for others to learn and invest alongside of me. So if you want to learn more, go check out our webinar at hightechfreedom.com/webinar. That is hightechfreedom.com/webinar. We will also put the link in the show notes. Now back to the show. When we talk about the topic of research, if you're spending 30 minutes researching something, you're spending too much time. I take 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes max. I like to go look at Google, look at the news. What are they saying? Look at LinkedIn. What are they posting? What are they saying? What are they blogging about? I love to look at who are they hiring? Hiring is a great indication of what they're focusing on. And just remember, we're just looking for nuggets of information to create an icebreaker, make a connection, and then move on. The goal is to get them to talk about them. You just want to get them to open up so that you can start listening, you can start engaging, and you can start being genuinely curious about them versus, everything that you do and everything your product does. Now, I'm mostly talking about researching from a prospecting perspective, but still, once you have an established opportunity, you'll want to go back and continue to do some quick research, stay fresh, stay current. And I've tried setting up Google feeds in the past, but that was just overwhelming, way too much information. And then what happens was I'd never looked at it. So kind of the simple thing I like to do is I'll follow the company in LinkedIn, follow the CEO, follow a few executives. And this is a nice way to go back and take a quick look at what's going on. Maybe you have a meeting. In fact, this has worked great. I've got a meeting coming up. I do a quick scan. I see that there's been some recent posts. Now I'm in their head as a what are they thinking? If the CEO or one of the executives is saying something, that is the language that you want to incorporate into your meeting. So that's it for today. Thanks again for your time, and make this the best week ever.
Thanks again for joining us today. To get more sales and real estate tips, you can subscribe to our newsletter at hightechfreedom.com. You can also join our private Facebook and LinkedIn group that is exclusively for sales professionals. If you found a nugget of good information in the podcast, please subscribe, give us a positive rating, and write a review. If there is a topic that you would like us to cover in the future, please send us a note through our website at hightechfreedom.com. Until next week, make this your best week ever.